to go.
Once again, please.
Hey!
Fear not. Illusion shattered! Ha! Shine down!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too! Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man. They're coming.
Don't!
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to
No need to worry, Almighty
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means that if the Almighty Shogun is in
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found just the sight of you appearing before us once more has. This hope is the light that will guide.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Glass high. First. Fire it up! Wind strike. Defract. Don't get too close. Here's backup. Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike. Fire it up! It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly... The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a... Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup...
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safe...
Well, what are you...
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together...
Just leave it to us. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma.
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never... With you leading us, we will claim back everything that he...
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has the result being that in the centuries since you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred...
Thank you for your comforting words. But this is I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and but what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need... Yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun they revere.
Well said.
Change will come to Inazuma, no matter how long it takes. I am now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up.
Alrighty then. He looks calm on the outside, but she seems to have changed a lot. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like the situation... No need. I need to go to the cave.
Why? What?
A battleground. We're finally here. The entrance should...
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
This is a place.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she? Where are we go? Look over there! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, And you appear to have grasped the true essence of eternity. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been degraded by I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors.
Wait.
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued use of her body. As she indicates, but inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently. Though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon, hey, showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for... I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best for Inazuma.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment of all that constitutes the Raiden Shogun. It inherits A's pain, the pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. So too does it inherit her determination to reach eternity. Every action undertaken is for the sake of resisting erosion. Determination, courage, love, hatred, all of these will be degraded and distorted by the incessant flow of time. Only rules shall remain constant for eternity. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to overcome. You wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Shine down! Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Be gone! Absurd. Inferior. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal. The eye sweeps the lands. Ha! Shine down. Strike dead. This ends now. Insolent. Now you shall perish! The heat cycle of waters that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Shine down! Torn to oblivion! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Weak, pathetic. Weak, pathetic. Be gone! Shine down! I shall not fall here! Absurd! There is no escape! Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her will is stronger.
Then, does that mean this...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no... If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can... This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last. Months, years, centuries. And no matter 500 years ago, humanity here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall during my absence.
But this means that...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty what if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she might never leave again. Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win... Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen. Oh, but we also can't get in. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't fail Paimon now. Oh, you're right. Paimon, who knows if she really understands these...
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have...
But you're always...
That was a figure of speech. Do you...
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happening.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off... Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can... You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well, so you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some...
Is she playing dumb?
Aha! You're learning, little one. But really, the truth of all I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And
Because Raiden
not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you... Anyway, we needn't worry about the detail. First things first. Now then, I always have to the outsider, the realm of consciousness. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial...
So, it's abstract, but hasn't...
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Everything is turbulent, and this is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia...
What? Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, always...
Paimon's headed up to
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Now... Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your... Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by... Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were over countless battles. Not once have you lost. And had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still, for your firm commitment to enforcing the rule, you bring honor to the Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began Final duel? Huh. So you... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. You have endured. I will endure forever. Shine down. Inferior. Eternity is in my hand! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon... Yet, My reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Muso Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power. When I clasped Muso Ishin, it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, you truly have changed. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to... Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then? Like, for real this time?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, a convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. But... everything happened so sudden. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Ina. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place... in my present form, I can no longer perceive time. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Here, take it. But it is you who must take...
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm. No matter what you make of it, it's...
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is a concept
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary... Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this... And yet, that sense of disorderliness...
I don't fully understand yet. But...
Well, I'm not...
I know what you mean. Perhaps, without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would...
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and...
No. But I understand why now.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously...
Now we see who's...
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsu, and obviously I played my... It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you... Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to your... At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed an... Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most... The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be...
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks.
A, how are you feeling?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against me.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking, after all, you saw...
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, of course, but I've made my decision to move forward. I have to say, this has reminded me once again, she even factored my image. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma, Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and...
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because...
Makoto said the exact...
Great minds think alike, I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today. After that, I will abolish the Sakoku decree.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it.
Poca vacca, signori, poca vacca.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,